Happy holidays and happy New Year's, folks. Back for one final Christmas music reaction batch, and we're going to listen to another performance by Andy Williams. I mentioned when I did a reaction to a Perry Como Christmas Carol that I got a couple CDs in this series called the Classic Christmas Album, and I have the Andy Williams one. I think the carols on here are taken from some different Christmas releases he put out. I know he has that famous Christmas album with like a red cover, but there's more tracks on this compilation than are on that album, so definitely there's carols coming from at least a few different places from Andy Williams' catalog. But we're going to listen to his version of Silent Night. People will know this is one of my favorite carols. I think it just has that perfect Christmassy feel to it where there's anticipation but also a bit of a reflective type of atmosphere, and obviously it's a very visual idea of a silent night and all stockings hung with their care and everything just waiting for the next morning. So curious to hear Andy's version of it. In the moment, I don't think I've heard it. Ultimately, I do know a few carols by him. Happy Holidays I always think of, as well as It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Christmas, but I don't remember hearing his version of Silent Night, so let's give it a listen. This is Andy Williams' Silent Night, and it's taken from the compilation, the Classic Christmas Album.
Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin mother and child. Holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace. Radiant beams from thy holy face, with the dawn of redeeming grace. Jesus, Lord, at thy birth, Jesus, Lord, at thy birth.
Lovely. I didn't expect a children's choir in that, so that took me a bit by surprise, but it's very appropriate. One of my favorite appearances of this carol is in arguably my favorite version of A Christmas Carol, the 1999 version with Patrick Stewart in the title role, or I suppose not in the title role, but as Ebenezer Scrooge in the main role. And the moment where Scrooge and the Spirit of Christmas Present leave the presence of the Cratchit family, Tiny Tim begins a singing of Silent Night, and then it transitions outside and you hear first some English people in a lighthouse continuing the song, and then you eventually hear some French sailors on a ship out at sea singing a French version. So it's like a transitional song in that particular scene, but I do very much think of it sung by a child voice in one of the most prominent appearances of it. So yeah, I enjoyed that, was not expecting it. Andy sounding very beautiful. Definitely a less full voice performance. It's a more subtle vocal performance than I've heard from him, and admittedly only a handful of songs I've heard him sing. But yes, I do enjoy his performance here, and the arrangement, very subtle, also, very simple but elegant. So yes, just a lovely version of a lovely carol. Let me know what you think of this one, and I will see you next time. Peace.